Guarding a lighthouse. A job with immense reward and danger. Imagine a job that offers you an eye-popping salary of $1.2 million a year. About rupee *** crores. Just for watching over a lighthouse. No one to supervise you, no office politics, and your only responsibility is to ensure that the lighthouse light is always functioning. You can relax, fish, sleep whenever you want, and enjoy the serene ocean view. Sounds like a dream job, right? However, there's a catch. The role of a lighthouse keeper is one of the most perilous jobs in the world. This is not a regular office job. You will be stationed on a lighthouse in the middle of the ocean, where isolation and danger are part of the package. The area is prone to violent storms, and towering waves can hit the lighthouse with terrifying force, sometimes even 10 meters or more. While the job might seem easy, the risks are high. There's the constant threat of storms, isolation, and being entirely cut off from the rest of the world. In fact, there have been instances where lighthouse keepers were trapped by storms, with waves engulfing the tower. If you were in that situation, your survival would be at risk, and the only hope would be a rescue mission. You'd be completely alone, with no one around to help or keep you company. Before you send in your application, it's important to understand the full picture of this job. The first question you may ask is, why is the lighthouse light so crucial? Why does it need to stay on at all costs? The origins of lighthouses, ancient times and maritime safety. To answer that, we need to go back to ancient times, when long-distance travel was largely done by sea. There were no advanced roads, and vehicles as we know them today didn't exist. Sailors depended entirely on the sea for transportation, and it was the best option for long journeys. However, the ocean was unpredictable, and navigating it was extremely dangerous. One such sailor was Captain Marcius, a renowned seafarer of ancient times, who faced a horrifying ordeal. One night, while crossing through a particularly dark and treacherous part of the sea, his wooden ship collided with rocks submerged beneath the surface. The ship was badly damaged, and Captain Marcius narrowly escaped with his life. This near-death experience made him realize the need for a system that could help sailors avoid such dangers. This was just one example of the countless shipwrecks that occurred due to unseen hazards beneath the water's surface. The problem was not just about finding land. The real danger was navigating through vast, open waters without any guidance. Now imagine how difficult it was to navigate the enormous expanse of the Pacific Ocean without any modern technology. The ocean is so vast that even if you combined the entire landmass of the world, it would still be dwarfed by the size of the Pacific. In the past, sailors had no GPS, no electronic devices to guide them. They had to rely on the stars, the sun, and primitive tools to find their way. This made navigation extremely difficult, and many sailors became lost in the vast ocean, often facing life-threatening conditions. One such story involved Captain Ellis, who was crossing the Pacific with his crew. A sudden storm and cloud cover wiped out their means of navigation. The stars were hidden, and the storm made it impossible to follow any known route. They ended up lost in the middle of the ocean, running out of food and water. Some of the crew members died from dehydration and starvation before they eventually found land. It was a harrowing experience that highlighted the critical need for navigational aids to help prevent such disasters. The first lighthouse. A revolutionary solution. This is when the idea of the lighthouse came into play. The first lighthouse was built in ancient Egypt, in the city of Alexandria, on the Mediterranean coast. At that time, the Egyptian ruler, Ptolemy II Philadelphus, faced a significant problem. His kingdom was an important hub for trade, but the waters near Alexandria were extremely dangerous. Ships passing by would often collide with the rocky coastline, resulting in shipwrecks and loss of cargo. Ptolemy II sought the help of brilliant engineers, including Sostratus of Cnidus, to find a solution. Together, They designed a massive lighthouse that would help guide ships safely through the rocky waters and prevent future disasters. This lighthouse, which came to be known as the Pharos of Alexandria, stood as a beacon of safety for sailors and became one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The Pharos Lighthouse was a true engineering marvel. It was built on Pharos Island and stood 384 feet tall, made from gleaming white marble. A huge fire burned at the top of the lighthouse, its light visible from miles away, guiding ships safely to the harbor. This lighthouse wasn't just big, it was revolutionary. The light source was magnified using mirrors and lenses, which allowed the lighthouse to shine brighter and be seen from much farther distances than any previous light. News of the lighthouse spread, and sailors across the Mediterranean Sea began to rely on it for safe passage. No longer did they have to worry about hitting the rocks near Alexandria. The lighthouse became a symbol of safety, and soon the idea spread around the world. The evolution of lighthouses. From fire to electricity. Initially, lighthouses relied on fire, wood, coal, and oil were burned to produce light. However, this method was far from ideal. It required constant maintenance and was not the most efficient way to keep the light burning. Over time, candles, gas lamps, and oil lamps were introduced, but these still didn't provide the brightness and consistency required for long-distance navigation. The real breakthrough came with the invention of electricity. With the advent of electric bulbs, lighthouses could now shine brighter and more reliably than ever before. The challenge, however, was how to focus the light so that it could be seen from miles away. This is where Fresnel lenses came into play. In the 1800s, French engineer Auguste Fresnel revolutionized lighthouse lighting. He designed a special type of lens that could focus light into a single, powerful beam. Fresnel lenses made it possible to project the light much farther than ever before. Today, most lighthouses around the world still use Fresnel lenses, which remain an essential part of their lighting systems. The modern-day lighthouse keeper. In the past, being a lighthouse keeper was considered an honorable and important job. Today, with modern technology like GPS and automated lighting systems, the role of the lighthouse keeper has become less critical. However, there are still some remote lighthouses that require human attention, especially in places where automation isn't fully reliable. The job may not be as dangerous as it once was, but it's still a solitary and challenging role. Keepers must live in isolation, enduring harsh weather conditions and the emotional toll of being alone for extended periods. In return, they receive high salaries and the opportunity to experience a life that few others will ever know. Would you take the job? So, after learning about the risks, the history, and the legacy of lighthouses, do you still think you'd want to apply for the job of a lighthouse keeper? Earning rupee *** crores for simply ensuring that the light stays on sounds tempting, but the isolation and danger are real. If you're up for it, this job could be the adventure of a lifetime. Conclusion: lighthouses have played a crucial role in maritime history, guiding sailors through dangerous waters and helping them avoid the perils of the open sea. What started as a simple solution to a deadly problem has evolved into an essential part of global maritime safety. And while the job of a lighthouse keeper may seem like a dream, it's also a reminder of the courage, ingenuity, and resilience that humanity has displayed throughout history to overcome the dangers of the sea. If you're still interested in this unique job or the history behind it, don't forget to leave a comment below and